Okay, back with another music video. Is this mic working? Yeah, it looks like it is. Okay, so I saw recently that Blue Oyster Cult released their first album in 20 years. The last album they released is in 2001. I didn't even know they released one in 2001, which is just nuts because they were really the peak of their fame was in the 80s. So the fact that they're releasing one in 2020, over 30 years, like after the peak of their fame. I don't know, like when the classics were. I know they were in the 80s. Don't Fear the Reaper and Burn for You and Godzilla. Gojira! So anyways, I was shocked. Dharma and crew. Pretty stoked to see if they're doing some new music. So I figured, hey, why don't we check it out and review it, see what it's like. This is kind of up my alley in terms of music I listen to. I would say classic rock is in the realm of things that I like. So, and I have a soft spot in my heart for like 70s heavy metal, which by modern standards is just classic rock. So, should be pretty cool to review. I'm kind of excited. I kind of love BOC, you know? They got a lot of good hits. They have this one song. It's called Are You Ready to Rock? And the whole song is kind of like this cheesy, almost Spinal Tappy. Are you ready to rock? Yes, I am. But they say this line in there. I only live to be born again. Deep. I only live to be born again. I love that. Are you ready to rock? Yes, I am. It's deep. That's like some Eastern. What is that, like Hinduism? You like die and you're born again as something else. I only live to be born again. Just go return to dust and reemerge. Very heady. Karma. Buck Dharma with karma. Okay, here we go. Let's see what it is about. Let's see what it do. Kind of post-apocalyptic. And also, I've never heard Blue Oyster Cult production like this. Very modern production. I'm going to raise the volume a little. Oh, there's Buck and the boys. Okay, I got to say real quick. It's interesting to hear his voice with like modern production in the background because it makes them sound so much heavier. Like all their classic songs, they would have riffs like this, but like they weren't as metallic sounding, as steel kind of sounding. So it's interesting to hear like Blue Oyster Cult sound and stuff with like a real, like everything's heavier, but you kind of still have like the classic kind of singing, and it's a pretty heavy riff. It's kind of got like this tritone thing in it. It sounds like. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but oh, cool. He's playing a. They're not called fedora basses. They're instruments, but it's the same. Why do I think it's called fedora? It's the butterfly on the top. That's like Victor Wooten plays those too. Interesting. When you see a broken bottle of real fine wine, that was me. When a woman weeps at a window. Steel sounding bass. Got the pre-chorus. I dig it. Yeah. Dude. Great BOC chorus feels. But like really heavy sounding. It sounds like 90s heavy. Oh, cowbell! The dude was rocking the cowbell. Oh man, that's awesome. They could laugh at themselves and pay homage to the famous SNL skit with Christopher Walken playing the famous producer Bruce Dickinson, not to be confused with the legendary Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden. Scream for me! Inside joke for the Maiden fans. The cowbell was great. These guys are great. course. These guys might have a worse blue screen than I do. I will think of you. Dig it. Oh, a little reggae breakdown. Okay, this part reminds me of the Police a little bit. Rastamania, jobless. Cool. It's got a little Les Claypool vocal thing happening for all the Primus fans out there. Oh, 2 hits on the cowbell. Hooky. Cowbell bro on backup vocals. So you can't really hear the cowbell, but... Oh, he's rocking it out. Is that Highway 1 over there? Highway 101 or whatever? Nice. Ooh. One more? Ooh. Cool. Dig it. That was cool. Nice. Kind of reminded me of like 90s Rush, to be honest. Yeah, dig it. Buck Dharma and the boys are back. Let's see. In the grand scale of like Blue Oyster Cult, and so I'm going to compare it to other Blue Oyster Cult songs, right? So if we're thinking about the Blue Oyster Cult catalog, like I could compare it to classic rock, but like we'll just compare it to other BOC stuff. So I'm just thinking like Burnin' For You might be my favorite tune. Godzilla's up there. Don't Fear the Reaper's up there. Those are all great songs. Cities in Flame and Rock and Roll, another great song. Yeah, I don't know. I would give this for the first time in 20 years is their best song ever. No. Would I listen to it again? Yeah. Was it enjoyable? Did it have some feels and did it sound like a modern BOC? Yeah, it did. It was cool. It was cool, man. So I'm gonna give it 7.2 out of 10. We're gonna go with 7.2. Feels good. So, yeah, cool. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to click the links below and whatever else. I don't know if I have any in there yet, but there will be eventually. Because I'm enjoying doing this. This is fun. Okay, much love. Peace, y'all.